Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. My name is Ryan Alsop. I'm the proud high school director here at STEM. So believe it or not, I know that those of you that know me know that I really like to talk a lot, but I'm actually not the best at public speaking. So bear with me as I go ahead and go through this. But before I get started, I just want to let you guys know as seniors, this is an exciting time for me because really I have 2 more times to talk to you as your director tonight, of course, and then tomorrow graduation. And then after that, you guys are quite done. So, but anyway, as I mentioned before, I know that a lot of you that know me know that I like to talk, and you're probably wondering why the world did they ask me to give the welcome address because of that. But I promise I'm going to keep it short, sort of. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming here this evening to honor these outstanding students. Now, as students, I'm going to actually ask you to stand up at this time. Go ahead and stand up. So while you're still standing, I want you to go ahead and take a look at all of those people. Take a look at everybody. Now, obviously, many people around you, your friends. Some of them might be students that you don't even know that well. However, you all, and some of you might share similar interests. Some of you might be totally opposite of one another. But there's one thing that actually unifies all of them. And this is going to sound strange, but to me, what unifies all of you guys is that you're all very unique. You each possess a different set of strengths and interests that make you who you are. But you have, as I mentioned, you have that one thing in common. And one of that one thing that you have in common is that you work very hard today. I don't know about you guys, but I know that at least, I don't know about all of you, but as I've spoken to a number of you, I know that it has taken a lot of hard work and dedication to get here today. And think about all of those nights of homework, all of the studying, all of the things that you've done throughout your time here in STEM. Here you are done. And on behalf of the faculty and staff, I just want to make sure that we're all very proud of what you guys have accomplished. So we can please give them a round of applause. Okay, there's an old saying that I'm going to change a little bit because it's not, the old saying is not very politically correct. And this one I will say, behind every good person is another good person, right? So in this case, most of the students who are honored here this evening have a group of people who have helped make this all possible. So parents, guardians, family members, and loved ones, would you please stand? See, you guys thought it was just going to be the kids. But if you're able to stand, please go ahead and stand. I will tell you, folks, as educators, we appreciate all of your efforts and everything that you've done throughout your students' educational careers. And so thank you very much for what you do. And honestly, as I was thinking about this, I mean, all you really have to do is watch Driveline during like even just one particular day. You can see the dedication that your parents have to getting you to this school. So parents, thank you very much for all that you've done. All right. Yeah, we can give them another round if you would like. That's fine. closing, I know I said I'd keep it short, so I'm going to go ahead and kind of start moving into our program here. But students, once again, I cannot express enough how proud each of you I am for all that you've done. I've said this to some of you, but I'm putting out the invitation to all of you. When you are ever back in town or whatever, please stop by the school. I would love to hear what your future has in store for you. So, anyway, so thank you very much. Now, with that, I actually get to continue to talk. So, so the way tonight is structured, just so you guys know, is that we're going to call different students up for different awards. The first one is I'm going to call them. We have 2 students that were appointed that received military academy appointments. So at this time, if I could have Ellie Arndale and Matt T-Wall. I'm going to just start just by talking just real briefly about Ellie. First of all, just so you guys know, Ellie actually is she's going to the United States Air Force Academy here in the fall. Matt is going to the United States Military Academy at West Point. Now, I don't know if any of you out there in the audience understand actually how big of an accomplishment this is. And I promise, each institution is a little bit different, but I just want to kind of go through the rough idea of what these students have to do to get there. First of all, you have to have highest academic record. You have to be amazing in the classroom, which they both are. And then once you get the GPAs that they're requiring, then you start a very, very difficult process of just being able to apply to go to the academies. The standard way that the students do it, and both of them did, is they sought out congressmen to get their appointments to each of the academies. Now, they only have a limited number of appointments that they can give, so that actually in and of itself is a highly, highly selective process to be able to even just get that recommendation from your congressman to do that, and obviously both of them did that. And then once you do that, then you can basically enter the pool to be considered for the academy. A lot of people think that once you get that appointment, you're in, but you're not. That's just the first step, and then you get to enter the pool. Out of the pool of people that make it through the congressional appointments, less than 8% are actually selected to go into the academies. Now, to give you kind of a comparison, this year Harvard's acceptance rate was 5%, and I know that sounds lower, but students don't have to get a congressional appointment to apply to Harvard. So I just cannot express enough how proud I am of both of you. I know I've known some kids that have gone through the military academies. I know that you have a very tough future ahead of you. But on behalf of myself and of our faculty and staff, I couldn't be prouder of you, and thank you very much. Okay, so now we're going to get to part of the program where I don't talk quite as much. We're going to go ahead and start recognizing Honor Society. So this time, please welcome Mr. Joe Smith to the stage.
The National Honor Society is a nationwide organization dedicated to promoting art at high school level. Participants must have previously scored 90% or above in a high school visual arts course and maintain a 90% or above in all visual arts courses throughout the year. Tonight's Rainbow Award recipients are Brent Goldman and Ava.
Okay, next we have our Computer Science Honor Society, Mr. Critchley.
So I'm going to ask all of them to come up together. These are the computer science thing, and you'll hear why shortly. Ian Borat. I'm going to ask you to hold the applause until afterwards. Lakshmi Ganapaneni. Lakshmi. Sachin Joseph. Isabel McCall. Ankit Mukmala. Tyler Butler. Talon Turner, Robert Wiffenbach, so these are your National Computer Science seniors, and in turbulent and changing times, I just want to thank you. You guys held up more than in your bargain, whether it be helping out as TAs, teaching assistants, tutoring Java in the office hours, or leading your respective clubs. Seriously, I don't know what I would have done without some of you guys in my lives, and I know that the other teachers respect you guys for how you held up more than your end of the bargain. Thank you. The computer science board is green, which I'm going to say stands for saving the trees, because nobody's printing out hard copies. The gold, because they have computer science skills, they're going to make lots of money. The purple, which is they're going to be saving their loved ones with their cybersecurity skills. Yeah, to believe that, well, don't believe everything here on the internet.
Okay, next I have the English Honor Society. Jennings, please come up.
The National English Honor Society motto is Glass Steel Minar, which is Old English for duty goes with honor. And it certainly reflects the philosophy of the students here tonight. They're all academically focused individuals who use their skills and abilities to encourage and engage others. This motto affirms and celebrates an obligation to one's gifts of service to their peers, school, and their community, be it in a writing center, teaching assistants, or gathering books for donation, or any other number of activities. These students have held a firm commitment to one of the oldest technologies, language. It is my pleasure to pass on these awards to our highly deserving seniors. Maureen Gupta, Sophie Lamberson, Isabel McCall, Ankit Mukmala, Tia Singh, Dora Shami, and Ron Benyu.
Next, we have Mrs. Lutz with the French Honor Society.
Les étudiants fabuleux de la Société honoraire de français sont Lakshmi Ganapanani, Ren Goldman, John Mazzulli, Isabel McCall, and Talon Turner. I did forget to mention that the French cords are blue, white, and red, not to be confused with red, white, and blue.
Okay, next we have Math Honor Society with Dr. Stowe, please.
Lest they have a chance to rest, let's get some people up on the stage before I start talking about this award. Big group, so you'll have a big group. Liam Bovian, Ian Moritz, Matthew Bauer, Riley Caton, Lori Kawa, Lakshmi. Never said that. Anna Becken Gruenberg, Sachin Joseph, Sophie Lamberson, John Masulit, Isabel McCall, Nick Montero, Ankit Upamala, Tyler Palmer, Soren Rodman, Tevin Turner, Brent Whittenbach, and Tyler Wright. A couple things about these students. One, it's a big group, and you're, as I understand it, I'm going to be back up here in a little bit, giving out a math award for the department. And this is why it was tough. It took us quite a while to figure it out because of this crew right here. Amazing group of people. What's most amazing is that they had to complete a service requirement in some kind of difficult times. So they put in some hours here and there wherever they could. They maintained the GPAs. And they're wearing the cords that are red and gold. Red because it's the color you feel after you do math. Hey, y'all, this they're gonna make one like this. All right, let's give them a hand and we'll
And while we're completing the last boards there, could I please invite Ms. Aubrey White up to the stage, please, for National Honor Society.
Acceptance into the National Honor Society shows its commitment to the organization's pillars of scholarship, character, leadership, and service. Students are expected to uphold these pillars as active members of the chapter and to be role models in their school and community as they maintain a high GPA, take part in service projects, and exemplify what it means to be a person of high moral standing and leadership. It is an understatement to say that these students have gone above and beyond in these areas. I'm incredibly proud of these young people and their self-confidence, drive to learn and grow, compassion for others, and their integrity, among many other things. They've had a deep impact on my life and this chapter at NHS, and their universities are fortunate to have such kind, passionate, and dedicated people coming to their schools. It's been an honor to work with them, and I'm even more honored for them to wear the gold NHS cord at tomorrow's graduation ceremony. just gonna call their names now. Ella Arundel, Sophia Barrett, Leah Bowden, Demetrius Boyd, Sarah Braunschweig, Riley Caton, Eric Fichtner, Jane Howe, Becca Grunberg, Rita Gupta, Ashton Hudson, Sachin Joseph, Natalie Lee Cara, John Bazulit, Ava Mitchell, Nick Montero, Ankit Bukamala, Alex Olcott, Tyler Potler, Peyton Richards, Soren Rollin, Nora Shaneen, Ben Tolan, and Tana Turner.
All right, at this time, can I present Mr. Johnson? Can I present Mr. Johnson? Come on up to the Science Honor Society.
Good evening, everyone. What a wonderful evening for celebration of knowledge. Especially for those students who have excelled in science academia and showed a great interest in. If the following students would come up, I want to call her name. Sophia Barrett, Becken Grunberg, Sachin Joseph, Isabel McCall, Ridul Gupta, Ankit Bukamala, Alex Olkov, Tyler Potler, Matthew Tewalde, Naomi Tewalde, and Soren Rollin. These guys had to have an overall A average in both GPA overall and science. And at least to get their core, they have to have 5 hours of service, including things such as food drive and precipitating earthquake. Thank you all so much.
And I would like to welcome Ms. Lutz back up to the stage, please, to talk about the Spanish Honor Society.
Los estudiantes fantásticos de la Spanish Honor Society are Ian Boris, Eric Fichtner, Zachary Gonzalez, Ankit Bukamala, Soren Rollin, and Tia Senyu. Congratulations.
Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Schwartz, please, up to the stage for the Thespian Honor Society.
Recipients of the Thespian Honor Award are not just participants in the Thespian or in theatrical productions, but are members of the International Thespian Society. And over the last, in a time when live theater has been all but impossible to do, in the last 2 years, members of or recipients of this award have participated in creating STEM's first virtual theatrical production, 2 musicals, and an amazing moving production this year. I would like to welcome to the stage Harper Baird, Colvin Moon, Ava Mitchell, Cadence Provan, Grace Rhodes, Peyton Richards, and Nia Wang. I wasn't prepared to comment on the color of the cord, but the Thespian cord is pink, and pink represents friendship, affection, harmony, inner peace, and approachability. I wish all of those things for you. You're all wonderful. Congratulations.
Okay, next I'd like to welcome Mr. Schellenberger up to the stage, please, for tonight's.
Okay, before we start this one, everyone who's been in TSA and all the parents who have seen their kids put in the long hours, who have brought in the food, who have helped us at state, if you've been in TSA, can you stand up real quick? So, this is long been a cornerstone of our school, and we're proud of that. We're proud of you guys. You guys are on. So if it's okay, as John Mazulik and Viviana Nelson put up the stage, I'd like to tell you about the requirements for TSA Technology Honor Society. They have to go through 3 levels of approval for their chapter office, school administration, and then the state office also has to approve of them. For a student to be a member of TSA, inducted into the Technology Honor Society, they must meet a set of specified standards or requirements, including academics, leadership, and service. They have to maintain a high GPA. They have to hold at least 1 chapter, state, or national office. They have to hold an office in an organization other than TSA. They have to attend 1 state and 1 national conference. They have to place within the top 3 in a state or national TSA competitive event. They have to be an active member in a current affiliated chapter of TSA. They have to participate in a service project that benefits the school, participate in a service project that benefits the community, serve on a chapter, state, or national committee, give a presentation on TSA to an organization outside of the chapter. And both John and Viviana will be recognized and inducted into members of the TSA National Honor Society at the national conference this summer.
All right, congratulations again to all the students who have won the honor awards through their honor societies. Next, Dr. Johnson and I are going to recognize the students who will receive the Seal of Applied Literacy. The Seal of Applied Literacy is an award given to recognize students who have studied and attained proficiency in 2 or more languages. To receive this seal, students must maintain a 3.0 or higher in their English courses, score 470 or better on the SAT, RW, or a 3 or better on the AP Lit. Sorry. Clearly, I would win this award. Where they need to score 3 or better on the AP, score 3 or better on their AP English exam, or and they also can do this by scoring a 4.5 or higher on the ELL Access Assessment. Students must also score 3 or higher on the AP World Language exams, or 3 or higher on AP or on level 4 AP World Language. So anyway. So we're going to go ahead and read off your names. So when we read off your names, please, or I'm going to read off your names, so please come on up and call out your name. Now, clearly, I'm stumbling over simple words. So if I butcher names, I really do apologize. First person is Liam Bobian. Come on up here. Then Lori Kawa. Karen Feaster. Jane Gao. Zachary Gonzalez, Emily Huskins, Natalie C. Jara, Ava Mitchell, Ankit McCullough, Claudia Avisna, Pete Richards, Soren Rowland, T.S. New, Matthew Tawalde, Naomi Tawalde, and Tavin Turner. Good, thank you very much, everybody. Congratulations. Okay, next, Dr. Johnson and I are going to give out our academic lettering and our honors stoles. So we're going to give our academic letters for our seniors and our honors stoles. So to receive an honors stole, it's the white stole over here on our table. Students must maintain a 3.75 GPA or higher, and for the cumulative GPA. For the academic lettering, students must earn a 3.8 GPA for 2 consecutive semesters during the academic lettering. So, with that, I'm going to go ahead and start calling out names again. Once again, I will probably call some of the same names and pronounce them differently, so I apologize for that. And actually, students, there's going to be far too many of you. So what we're going to do is when we call you up, Dr. Johnson is going to go ahead and hand you the correct awards, and then you'll just go ahead and walk, start on this side of the stage, and then walk over to this side of the stage, and then back to your seats. Maybe you don't need to stop up here because we will have nothing. So let me find the right page. Bear with me for 1 second. Okay, so for the honors, we have Anton Ekmetov. Lisa Annadale. Lyson Ardale. Sophia Barrett. Ian Barats. Alexander Boston. Matthew Boar. Demetrius Boyd. Sarah Brunswick. Camden. Oregon Green. One. Rising King. Seth Close. Sawyer Curlis. Lauren Daniels. Micah Jewell. Joseph T. Crawford. Eric Fisher. Alana Renza. David Frey. Andrew Frost. Lakshmi Ghana. Looks like, okay, Zhang Gao, Ella Goldman. Zachary Gonzalez. Caitlin Ross. Zachary Green. Becca Druther. Ridal Gupta. Kaden A. Redden. Bolton Henderson. Ashley Hudson. Emily Huskins. Daniel Hine. Charles Engel. We'll pause for effect here for a second. We'll kind of let the line not gather too much. Yeah, this is Charles here, we got you right. Okay, so other than Charles Engel, then we have Jake Jenkins, Andrew Jones, Sasha Joseph, Julie Jankowski, Tyler Kindred, Joseph Kroll, Sophia Lamberson, Robert Lawrence, Natalie Jara, Ethan Lee, Ryan Levitsky, Mihir Manjurakar, John Masulik. We'll pause again. And while we're kind of filling in the time, I've spent some time in some other high schools with a lot of your senior classes. However, I don't know that I've ever seen such a long list of honors award winners. So I think that just really speaks volumes of our students. So congratulations, everybody. Okay, so now we'll start with Isabella DePaul, Brandon McDermott, Eva Mitchell, and Brian Montgomery. Okay, Ankit Luka Their type problems really do go over kids. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with last names today. Viviana Nelson, Alexander Olkow, Donald Palladino, Madeline Clark, Tyler Butler, Jonathan Kira, Ruben Prosperi, Katie Richards, Ian Riley, Margaret Rowling, Soren Rowling, David Rothrock, Amanda Schlobo. Sorry. I'll go ahead and pause there for a minute. Okay, Maxim Sanu. Tia Sanu. Laura Shaman. Ian Shepherd. David Short. Tony Silverstein. Ruth Smith. Nico Spagola. Jacob Stanley. William Tanaka. Seth Taylor. Matthew Tawolde. Naomi Tawolde. Ben Tobin. Okay, another last pause here, but we'll pause one more time. Okay, Tavin Turner. Mia Wang. Robert Whitbach. Tyler Wright. Elizabeth Weiss. Ogden Ewan. I would also like to call up Bryson Aldrich, John Byers, Austin Hudson, Anna Shaman, sorry, Jade, Rob, and Wyatt Sarah. Congratulations, everybody, for earning those academic letters and for the honors. It's a fantastic thing. I know, I apologize, it took us a little bit of time up here, but once again, I'm really proud that we have so many students winning these awards. So thank you very much for that. All right, so next we are going to move on to, I think I would turn the page right, our STEM scholars. Okay, so when we call your name, the students I'm gonna call up, they must have earned 30 credits. 2 or more credits in CE or AP classes, maintained a 3.5 or higher GPA, and had 75 hours of community or more community service. So when I call your name, please come on up. This time, though, you can go ahead and stay up here, I believe. And if we get too crowded, I will start having people leave. But anyway, first up, it's Lisa Annandale. Nelson Arndale. Sophia Barrett. Ian Hogan. Ian Borax. Demetrius Boyd. Sarah Bronsline. Lauren Powell. Riley King. Seth Close. Micah Dew. Joseph DeGrappa. Eric Fitchner. Aiden Frey. Andre Frost. Darren Moore, we'll go ahead and have the applause here for a second. Okay, next, Lakshmi Kanathan. Ella Goldman. Kaylin Goss. Becky Duper. Ujjwal Gupta. Ashton Hudson. Daniel Hyden. Sachin Joseph. Tyler Kindred. Sophia Lamberson. Natalie Lee Chara. Ethan Lee. And John Basult. All right, and then, as soon as, John gets his, you guys can go ahead and walk off. Next group, Isabel Hall. Ava Mitchell. Nicholas Montero. Ryan Montgomery. Ankit Mala. Viviana Nelson. Alexander. Paul Cove. Donald Palladino. Tyler Culver. And Claudia Rodriguez. Okay, last group, Sheila Riley, Soren Rowland, Ian Shepherd, Nicholas Stevena, Olivia Staub, Jacob Stanley, David Tanaka, Zach Taylor, Matthew Duwalden, Naomi Duwalden, Benjamin Pullen, Karen Turner, Robert Wickenbach, and Tyler Wright. Okay, if we can give it up one more time for our STEM scholars. Okay, next we're moving into our department awards. So if I can once again welcome Mr. Joe Smith up for the Arts Department Award.
Right. It's never easy to pick just one student to recognize. So first, I would like to congratulate dedicated art students on a year well spent. Mr. Levinson and I deliberated, and one student stood out amongst the exceptionally talented artists at STEM. Maybe exceptionally talented. Tonight's honoree has taken a plethora of visual arts courses at STEM. Video production, digital photography, both 1 and 2, concept art, drawing and painting, ceramics, both 1 and 2, AP drawing, and AP 2D. Mr. Levinson had this to say about the arts. Since day one, she has demonstrated high levels of academic development and focus. It's her ability to both question reality and find creative solutions that sets her apart. Not only does she put in the work building her skills, she is pleasant to work with, quick to review other people's work, and takes constructive criticism really well, which is not an easy task for a high schooler. She's been an officer in the National Art Honor Society 2 years in a row, where she organized inspirational art cards for those down on the line. This is not the first time that she showed an awareness of the world out there and art's place in it. In AP art, she took on the subject of endangered and extinct species and plants. They are 2 of the most well thought out, considered, and crafted portfolios of my career. They are a masterful blend of art history, insightful content, and thoughtful use of materials. She portrayed a haunting vision of of how humanity's carelessness could permanently change the world. This next part's gonna be hard. When an artist can apply skill and passion towards a cause, art is capable of serving a higher purpose, bringing awareness and encouraging change. Congratulations, Ava Mitchell.
Next, I would like to invite Mrs. Allison Doe to come to the stage, please, for the business department.
Wow, seniors, you made it and you look fabulous and it's really great to be in person. So how about that? I'm happy to be here. So the Business Department Awards honor a student of the highest character. Matter of fact, I use the STEM formula of character to determine who ends my annual Department Award. Honesty, integrity, empathy, respect, and responsibility. I can't say it, but the elementary children in our school sing this song and know it well. Overall, they are probably much better at representing these values day in and day out. A few students make it all the way through high school and arrive to this point having maintained these high character traits. And in my eyes, the business student receiving the honor tonight is a true leader and a role model. Let's continue with the story. 3 years ago, I sent a group of 2 to 3 students with a small rolling cart down to the elementary school to sell trinkets and snacks. The youngest STEM Spartans are no doubt our best customers. This simple task of operating our snack cart sparked an ongoing business interest in this student. This person has taken every business class in the department, even ones that do not exist to this day. This person is one of the best team players, collaborators I have ever seen in a student. Working well with others, leading others, helping others, without complaint. They are hardworking and engaged. Wow, isn't that someone you want on your team? This person works with integrity, asks questions, receives feedback, and works to improve upon that. I can say with a laugh, it was very clear there was one class that was not their favorite. What can I say? Accounting 101 and intense spreadsheets are not for everybody. Nonetheless, this student persevered and continued to work through tough material. Being greeted by this student with a daily hello did not go unnoticed and is greatly appreciated by me. The student is kind, outgoing, and respectful, funny and helpful. Nice work on those soft skills. Again, that's a big wow. 3 years after rolling a snack cart down the hallways, this person effectively and efficiently runs a profitable small business within the walls of our school. As role of general manager here at our school, this student oversees inventory, vendor management, scheduling, maintaining, updating our website, point of sale system, and yes, those financial reports, and all oversight of transactions. To say I'm impressed and proud is an understatement. I hope that the skill set and exposure to business will propel you in all that you do in your future endeavors. You left a strong impression on younger STEM business students in a very positive way. I had fun traveling with you and fellow DECA students to our state competition at the Broadmoor, winning the Junior Achievement Stock Market Trophy, traveling to UNC to present an ethics case study to the dean. You have participated in some of the most fun aspects of the business program, which I hope have made an imprint on you. Keep up the great work and congratulations on your character achievement of outstanding participation, integrity, professionalism, attitude, and teamwork. Bryson Aldridge. Oh, okay. Well, Mr. Trixler, come on up. I'll just pass the torch.
So, I'm just gonna ask every STEM student to look to your left and to your right. I've been at STEM for about 4 years now. And you guys, the one thing that has shocked me is the level of, let's just say, intelligence that you find amongst the students here. The drive, the passion. Walking in here, I saw like my TAs and I'm thinking, this is a tough crowd to pick from when you're looking at a computer science guy that does something. And I thought back to my original day when my first time teaching STEM, my first year at school, but I've actually taught it. I've come out of industry and that other side of the house. And I wrote a word up on my whiteboard, respect. And I said in every classroom, I said, look, if you respect the person next to you, that's really what you have to do in my lab. Because if you do that, everything else you can just use common sense. TAs have helped keep us afloat this year. This guy happens to be one. And if you don't already know who I'm talking about, it's a tough call because, I mean, there's a bunch of guys that really helped out. And you guys, not only the TAs, but you guys have helped out in the class. The fact that you help one another is a huge characteristic of what I consider somebody that's in the STEM class. Whether it be your buddies or somebody else that just needs help. With no further ado, you guys all know him and respect him, Tyler Charles.
Next up, I'd like to invite Mr. Schellenberger to come to the stage, please.
So, those of you who know the engineering department know that we generally get along with each other pretty well. The one time that we've been known to have some pretty tough arguments is picking our department award. Because we have so many students who excel in so many ways. And really it was no different this year, but we had one student who has excelled so far above and beyond, even some of his teachers are intimidated. We have a student who has a whole bunch of firsts under their belt and has truly raised the bar for the engineering department. This student has taken, we're pretty sure, almost every engineering class we've offered, including our concurrent enrollment ones. They were the first student in STEM, this is going to give it away, to get their SolidWorks expert certification, which even our teachers cannot get. They were the CEO of Best Robotics. They were able to design and build and deliver the first ever non-human pitch for the first pitch for the Colorado Rockies. Brennan, you can start walking up now, dude. He's been one of our go-to students for years. He has helped coach and mentor middle school students along the way. He's helped TSA, First Robotics, Best Robotics. Although he wasn't on our BattleBots team this year, so I was kind of thinking about taking the ribbon back. But I'm pretty sure he still had his hand in that. And so I would like to present you a digital caliper because we know you actually know how to use it.
And next to present the Language Arts Award, Mr. Cooper, come on up, please.
this away properly. Thank you. Okay. So the Language Arts Department Award should go to a student who demonstrates significant mastery over our core goals of teaching students to read, write, and think critically. And we are very proud of the large number of students at a STEM school that thrive in our field. While many students in our classes showcase our values and contribute meaningfully in the classroom, I would like to recognize a student who has extended this work outside of school. Research and intellectual curiosity can truly play out when approaching, producing, and perfecting scholarly papers. This award goes to a student who has worked on a single study off and on over the past several years to present at a scholarly conference. The National Conference of Undergraduate Research is an opportunity for undergraduate scholars to present their work to peers from across the nation for the sake of learning. I'm incredibly proud of this student for their ultimate product, a paper that they presented alongside a group of mostly juniors and seniors from top universities across the country. The ingenuity of the paper, its creativity, its argumentation are all truly remarkable. It is the best paper I've read by a student. At its core, it is a definitively artistic presentation of language. Tonight, I am honored to present the Language Arts Department Award to Isabel McCall. And now we've got Dr. Snow.
As educators, we talk about academic engagement quite a bit. And for us, it looks like students working together in a small group and maybe debating or helping one another, working really hard with pencil and paper or erasing, right? You're working on a computer all day long. But those are just manifestations of student engagement. And this last couple of years have been a true test of a student's ability to engage in academics, because you're sitting at home and you're pushing yourself to work, right? Even when you're in the classroom. Calculus, I'm going to get some nods from this group. Calculus is really just a measure of your ability to rethink something you thought you knew, yeah, or to think about something in a whole new way. It's remarkably complex, and it seems like some people are just sitting around in some room somewhere trying to figure out how to make calculus work for them in some obscure way, and then we have to learn, right? That's what's going on. So for the math award, as a department, we're looking for somebody who was able to do that. And last year in BC, I had a student, we were largely at home in the classroom. We couldn't get into the small groups that I like to do. So it was inside your head schoolwork on calculus. And then this year in AP stats, and this person not only scores A's as a matter of course, but also tries to push it and see just how high an A she can get. So sorry, Isabel, you didn't have a chance to sit down. Mr. Ray, come up and give us an award for PE.
Hello. PE should be an easy one, right? The fittest person in your grade should get the best score, right? Yeah, most push-ups get the award. Each year I've had to do this, the group that deserves this award gets bigger and bigger and bigger. So I've had the honor to get to know most of you over the last 3 years that we've been here, and I would say a lot of you deserve this award. PE it's not just about being great and care about your health. It also matters how much you care about others, but willing to lead or willing to step up to a challenge. And when you fail, continue to step back up to that same challenge. Maybe sometimes we do it in games, sometimes we do it in other things, but it really matters and it shows leadership when you're willing to step up and help others, whether you know them or not, whether you're taking a challenge, whether you're accepting help, whether you're going to strive to be the best, or you're going to strive to help others become the best they can. So for PE, a lot of you really deserve this. I have several TAs and independent studies over the past couple of years that are in the senior class. But the one who's won this one tonight has taken 8 classes in the last 6 semesters, including PE, weight training, TAs, independent studies. They've pretty much done everything they possibly could do within a PE department. And every single year, I've seen them grow, become a leader, become someone who truly cares, not just about their friends, but also anyone else in the classroom that needs help. And someone who really strives to do their best in every challenge they set forth. So this year, the PE award goes to George Martinez.
Mr. Shedd, can you please come on up for the science award?
Good evening. To represent the science award is quite a broad category. We've got biology, chemistry, physics, variety of other life sciences. And as the science department, we talked about several students that have taken all AP courses, different electives, been a part of the National Science Honor Society. We chose a student that exemplified what it meant to be a scientist. Inquiry, asking questions that the teachers didn't know, then we had to go figure out, or have them find out and tell us so we could learn from them. And our nominee, our pick, also was part of our medical club. We have a medical club here at STEM called STEM. She's been a leader in this club for several years since its beginning. Helped navigate all the challenges that pandemics brought. Some of the words from her other teachers have been to describe her as incredibly studious, industrious, and spoke very highly of her work ethic. I have known Naomi for several years. I entered the STEM Club, and it's very easy for me to say that Naomi is one of the most kind and passionate leaders that the school has, and is going to go on to do great things. She has goals of becoming a pediatric trauma surgeon, which is why her role in STEM has been very, I think, beneficial and inquisitive for her. And she's going on to Johns Hopkins next year, so we're very proud of you. Best of luck.
So the social studies department has chosen a student who is incredibly kind. He is genuinely concerned about the well-being of those around him, as well as the greater community. He's never too busy to say hello and ask how others are doing, no matter if he himself is having a difficult day. The student has shown a dedication to social studies. He tries to make the world a better place. And this earth could definitely use more of that. So I'm hoping.
Up next, Mr. Schwartz.
As the theater director, I've chosen to do this a little bit differently, so I'll be presenting this award in the form of an interpretive dance. However, but I also haven't written this speech, so I will be doing it improvised. That's another aspect of the theater. I'm sure that the recipient of this award is going to figure this out pretty quickly, but I'll kind of stay in the format where I speak in generalities. When I started at STEM, as a theater teacher, there was no theater to be had at all. We were completely separated, we were entirely virtual, we were not allowed to see each other, be in the same place. And so I was like, okay, I'll just chill. But there is a kind of a compulsive, I think, aspect of theater that I found to be true in my life, which is that it keeps drawing you back. And you say you're going to take a break, and you're not going to be in a show this year, and you're going to do it, and you just have to. And this is one of the students that was very clear that even during COVID, we absolutely had to. And we put on our first virtual performance. She was a director in that show, as well as an actor in that show. And then she went on to insist that we were doing a musical. So we did a musical. And in that show, she made me laugh. And then she literally, for the first time, made me cry. While we were rehearsing one of the numbers, I shed a very poetic single tear when she really reached for a beautiful note and a very meaningful and moving number. She's continued on in that tradition. And then probably the last thing I'd like to mention is that she successfully, in my class this semester, led a revolt against me when I presented certain scripts, and she insisted that instead they were going to present an episode of The Magic School Bus, but in a theatrical interpretation. It made the elementary school kids so happy, and it was just such a wonderful and fantastic performance that I'm really thinking about making that a tradition. Peyton Richards, would you come up? The next person I'd like to call to the stage is Ms. Lutz.
I cannot tell you many, many things about the recipient of the World Languages Department Award. I can tell you 3 things. This person is one of the bilingual award winners, biliteracy award winners. I went to a fairly, almost brand new Spanish teacher and said, is there someone who stands out to you? And, you know, our eyes got so big and she's like, and then she's like, yes, I've got it. And so number 3, the name is Lori Powell. He said Lori's been so helpful and so kind, and thank you so much for welcoming me in a new Spanish.
Okay, next I'm going to take a little minor detour because we accidentally missed a student. I apologize for that, but would Matt Raleigh please come on up? When we're calling out for names for the regions, I apologize that we didn't call it up. So I want to make sure that we give you your report as well. And congratulations. Okay, at this time, could I have Mr. Cooper, Coach Cooper, and Coach Smith come on up?
Just for clarification, I am not the art teacher, Mr. Smith. Far more knowledgeable, nor Mr. Cooper, and I am. Mr. Cooper and I are, we have the honor of presenting the Distinguished Senior Student Athlete Awards this year. In general, STEM is known obviously for its academics, as you've seen here tonight. It's an honor for both of us to say that STEM will be entering the world of athletics as well, and doing it in a very grand fashion. Our girls' soccer team this year was undefeated. We have some other sports that are just starting to make notes on the stage. And as we enter CHAPSA in the fall, we'll be competing. We'll have athletes, student athletes that can compete at the state level, earn league, all conference, all state honors. So just another level of awards to add. So we're really looking forward to that. In general, athletics builds toughness, both mentally and physically. Provides a stress relief for all those hours of academia. Builds character. You certainly have to be a special breed of person to get up in the morning for an early morning workout, or after school, after a long hard day of academics, to go out and then compete, knowing that you have to go home and then do homework. It builds pride. It builds pride in your school. It builds pride in yourself. When you succeed in a tough workout, you feel good about it, and you should. It builds dedication. You have to be dedicated to your sport because you're the only person that can do the work. No one else can do it for you. It builds friendship. The people that you are competing with or practicing with have a common bond and interest, and all of you can relate to the work that you have done and the work that you will do. The athletes that student athletes that we're going to call up in just a second here, represent other person-centered leadership in their sports. So.
We clearly coordinated perfectly how to do this. We'll call the students up and then we'd like to say a few more things about them. Coming up, Isabel McCall and Ryan Byers. Our school is fortunate to have a large number of talented student athletes. And I want to focus on that term, student athlete. It is incredibly important. The phrase indicates priority to student. The word for me highlights a desire for excellence in academics, but not just grades. A true student focuses on learning, both intellectual curiosity and reflection on knowledge. The student in this case needs to be one who works hard to learn in the classroom and their sport. The student athlete I am honored to recognize tonight actively pursues knowledge both for her own personal growth and for the benefit of those around her. And astoundingly, her academic honors parallel her work on the field. I'm truly privileged to have worked with this student athlete for the past 3 years. In early spring of 2020, she approached me to ask if I would help her found and coach a girls soccer team here. Because she asked me, I said yes. And I have not regretted it for a moment. Her organization, leadership, and commitment to the team has made her a 3-year captain. Not only is she the best player on the team, she has meant so much to the team that we named an award after her. She is the first recipient of the STEM Girls Soccer Isabel McCall Award for Service.
Thank you, Isabel McCall. Now it's your turn, Ryan. Ryan competed in both cross country and track and field. And part of what makes Ryan unique is that he literally has competed while at STEM in every distance from the 100 meters, the 200 meters, to the 400 meters, to the 800 meters, the 1600 meters, the 3200 meters, the 5,000 meter cross country run. He has been on 4x100 meter relays, 4x200 meter relays, 4x400 meter relays, 4x800 meter relays, and in his spare time, without the proper facilities, took it upon himself to teach himself how to throw the shot put. So
literally, he has done just about every single event in track and field. He is our school record holder in the 400, 800 meters. He was a part of our 4x200 meter record team, or 4x400 meter record team. Up until the last meet, he held the record in the shot put as well. But I think when I think of Ryan competing, the story that really sums it up best was one of our last meets of the year. Ryan ran third leg on our 4x400 meter relay and absolutely destroyed a runner from Gateway. And it was a thing to watch. After we beat their team, afterwards, the coach, who is perhaps one of the best sprint coaches in the state, said, "Coach Smith, I gotta give props to your guy. That kid made my guy want to quit running track forever." Ryan, congratulations.
We want you to know the rooting cord represents the blood of our vanquished enemies.
Next up, Mr. Alsop will be presenting the STEM Character Award.
Thank you, everybody. Before I do this, I would be remiss to say that it's also the athletic director. I want to make sure that I take time to thank all of my coaches and all of our students here that have tried really hard to get the athletics off the ground and running, and we are very excited about having the gym and being able to start in our competitive athletics next year. But I tell you what, I've been in high school for a long time. And to see the dedication that our students have, both on the athletic side, but also on our various clubs and activities. I've never seen kids put in more hours and time and effort to make sure that they're successful in doing this. So I'm really proud of all of you guys for that. So next, I get the privilege of recognizing an amazing individual who win our STEM Character Award. Obviously, so STEM Character Award, we've already heard kind of how we define STEM character with integrity, respect, responsibility, and empathy. But I just want to kind of go over this a little bit because to me, this is one of the most exceptional awards that you can earn. Integrity, obviously, is the quality of being honest, having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, if you will. To me, integrity is the people that do the right thing when nobody's looking. Respect gives due regard to for the feelings, wishes, and rights and traditions of others all the time. Responsibility, the student takes the opportunity or the ability to act independently when making decisions without authorization, meaning that they don't need authorization because they know that the student always makes the right decisions. Empathy, the ability to understand and share feelings with other people. I think that those are characters that can define what real success is in life, and stuff that honestly I wish more and more people would be able to exhibit. So at this point in time, Sarah Braunschweig, please come over. All right, next we get to do our valedictorian and salutatorian. So I'm just going to go ahead and call the names up here first. Tabitha Turner and Tyler Wright, come on up. I'm sure most of you students know this out here, but being a valedictorian and salutatorian, this is like a competition that starts like the very first time you get a high school grade that comes towards your transcript. Like it is something that to me is truly amazing to watch, and students to be able to do this. And honestly, I actually kind of lost count on the number of CP and AP classes the two of you have taken to be able to get this. But the reality of it is that both of these young men here have put in, as well as many of you, but put in countless number of hours in their academics to make sure that they maintain their perfect grade point average, and also taking all of the right weighted grades, weighted classes to be able to make sure they get the highest GPAs. I believe our valedictorian is sitting at 4.9 GPA. Possible, but Tyler, Ryan, you have a 4.9. Congratulations, Tyler. With all that you've done. The other piece I will tell you, in most of my years in education, the valedictorian and salutatorian, they aren't usually involved in other clubs. Because they don't usually have time to be involved in other clubs, and yet we can see that these two have been involved quite a bit. So congratulations, gentlemen. I really do appreciate all that you do. So thank you. One more round. All right, so I'm just making sure, go to the packet, or don't miss anything else. Anyway, that does conclude us for this evening. Somewhere in there, I have the actual end. Okay. Like I just said, this concludes our 2022 Senior Academic Award Ceremony. I want to take a moment to thank the faculty and staff members who participated in this tonight. I'd like to also thank Dr. Karen Johnson for joining me on stage tonight and helping hand out all of these awards and ribbons and cords. And I'd like to give a special thanks to Karen and Adam for putting all of this together. Karen works tirelessly behind the scenes for this evening as well as for graduation tomorrow. So Karen, thank you very much for all this. Finally, I'd like to thank all of you seniors. As you guys know, this is my first class, and I cannot say it enough. I'm exceptionally lucky, and I feel very fortunate to have come this year to get to know all of you. You guys are some of the most amazing students I've ever known, and I cannot wait to see what the future holds for you. So at this time, I'd like to wish you good night, and we'll see you all at Echo Park tomorrow.